Beholden to no one. You send me a running shoe and I will eventually test it. For example, there's a shoe sitting actually right there. Let me grab it. Unpause. I have no idea about this shoe company. It's going to get in the rotation eventually. But anyway, Unpause. Hello. Who's ever heard of that running shoe company? Well, a lot of people have heard of Tracksmith and their outerwear. Okay, thank you, Tracksmith, for sending me your 2022-2023 winter outerwear collection. They are the company that has the sash, I believe they call it, across there. Actually, speaking of which, there we go. Pre-order is done. It's over, all right? And you can no longer pre-order this for the 2022, but for everybody that did, stay tuned. They're coming your way, all right? But Tracksmith has their racing singlet that has the sash across the chest, okay? So they're going for it as well in their first ever, as far as I know, right? First ever running shoe ever. The Tracksmith Eliot runner, okay? There you have it. Soak it in. It got very muddy out there in the testing, but we got it done even though it's a white shoe. Let's dive in, all right? Here we go. There is the stack height and weights on your screen. Soak it in, all right? Medium to high on the stack height, kind of like that. I'll just tell you right now, as soon as I started running, in the first quarter mile, I said, this is the Nike Pegasus 35. Not the 38, the 30, the 30, oh, remember the 35 from 4 or 5 years ago? I was testing that shoe here on the channel. It felt just like that ride. Not just the midsole foam, but even the shape of the toe box, which we're gonna get to here in a minute, all right? There you have it, engineered mesh, standard scores for the upper. I really enjoy Tracksmith, the collar and the heel counter. I think for their first attempt at this upper, I think I'm liking it. I like what they did with the overall construction at the back. Now it is a full gusset in the tongue. It's a very stout eyelet chain. I think build quality is high. Now for getting feet wet, it was very, snow, slush. It's wintertime in Colorado. Like my toes did get pretty wet pretty quickly in this shoe. All right, just so you know, it is not water resistant at all. I think they did well. We'll get to the fit here in a minute. Super critical Pegasus midsole foam, 49 to 53 in the heel and 52 to 57 in the forefoot. So, it's a firm ride. But guess what? It's okay. You don't have to love a soft ride. And I think a lot of runners out there, I think a lot of runners prefer firm, but they're maybe just a little scared to say it because the running shoe marketplace has shifted so much in the last, let's say, decade toward bigger, softer stack heights. It's okay to like a firmer ride and, it create, actually, let's do the twist test. It's twisted more than I expected. So I'm okay with that type of durometer. It's not soft though. Just want to make that very clear. Ride and energy, nothing special to write home about, but I foresee that they will soften this up in future iterations, which I'm not saying they have to, but my ride and energy was not epic, and I am seeing a little bit of creasing already through that super critical Pegasus midsole foam. Standard on the outsole, gripped, I will say, it gripped well. I think it's just a little too much rubber, but it did grip well there in the ice and the snow in the testing. It's kind of a standard outsole, so that's why the score isn't a little bit better. Like, I think they could get a little more creative on the design and pattern, but I am impressed with the tackiness to the touch of that outsole. All right, fit, true to size, whoa. Narrow toe box, all right? I almost would go a half size up just because it just felt pretty narrow there through the toe box, all right? Just so you know, you probably even just see it looking at it there on the screen right now. Comfort, 5 out of 10. I had to factor in that durometer. You're not buying the shoe to feel soft under step. Not even bouncy, all right? And actually, let's just do the thumb again. Yeah, it's fine. It's fine. I'm gonna say it feels a little bit softer than the recent Asics Gel Nimbus 25, just so you are aware. Price point. Oh, the dagger. I had no clue when this shoe arrived at the house how much it cost. I had no clue. And then some people started commenting once they saw on Strava that I was testing the shoe And they said, just wait till you see that price point. Sure enough, $198. Hello. That's how you can buy 2 shoes, 3 shoes for that, on sale for that type of price. So that's why the score is no better. No other shoes to buy. I jokingly put the Nike Pegasus 35, but if you can find that shoe on eBay, maybe pick that shoe up if you really like the Nike Pegasus 35. Shoe quick specs one more time. Soak them in, okay? For their first attempt at a shoe, I'm impressed, especially with the upper. I think the midsole has a ways to go. We'll just put it that way. And the price point. Oh my goodness. $198. Come on, Tracksmith. That is taking out a second mortgage type of price point for a shoe. Full review score, 5.8 out of 10. King Trumpet, 1, 2, 3. You get the comment of the day. Thank you so much for dropping a comment. Do appreciate you. Keep turning that doorknob in 2023. All right, appreciate you being here. And question of the day, speaking of price points, what is worth spending more on? Okay, in order to get more value for me, it's traveling to races and the lodging that I'm staying in before a peak race, especially, all right? So like just paying another $30, $40, $50 at a motel or a hotel that's a little quieter or a little better amenities like a hot tub for after the race or something like that. That's where I'm willing to spend a little bit more money on. But what about for you? What are you willing to spend a little bit more on to get the best experience, the best, maybe it's the Tracksmith Eliot runner. There you have it. We have never tested another Tracksmith shoe, so we will simply toss it to the running shoe playlist where every single running shoe review ever is right there to your heart's delight. Just click play and sit back and relax. All right, right there. Seek beauty, work hard, and love each other. See you tomorrow.